Welcome acolytes. As you can see today, I'm doing the next reaction video from a TikToker whose faker is still hurting people from ABLAZE. Now, as again, I don't know the guy. I never seen it. Let's see what he actually has to say and what this actually is, because what faker could it be? But let's start.
Brush the hair, brush the hair, brush the hair. Oh.
Makeup with nope, already fake. This.
Brush the hair, brush the hair, brush the hair. Oh.
No. This is already fake. I know a lot of people. I befriended when I was younger, I knew a lot of people. Some of them were blind, some of them couldn't talk, some of them had Tourette. And this shit isn't Tourette. Most of the Tourette symptoms, like, could it be that it is some kind of extreme rare form that I never seen before, or that didn't get like somehow shown? Yeah, it could be, but is it? No, because this reaction, this shit.
Brush the hair, brush the hair, brush the hair. Oh.
No. This reaction isn't, because most Tourette, if you have Tourette, you just accept it and you don't even see it. Let's just see it.
Oh, that's fine.
No, it is not. Now, Ticks and Roses is really an individual that we have just never actually...
Ticks and Roses. F you. Okay, yep. She probably, let me guess, she probably has a lot of ticks that she spawned out, made videos about, and for some freaking reason she got every fake tick on camera and she has a million different of them. Because that's not how it works. There aren't that many ticks. You don't, as someone with Tourette, you don't have like a million different ticks, and I bet she does this.
Covered properly on this channel from start to finish, talking about all the atrocities that she did. Now, there's other things I also want to add on this video as well, because I feel like so many people have covered this topic that if I'm just going to talk about the exact same things, it would be kind of boring. I'd also like to mention as well, this is coming from someone that also has head ticks, so maybe that might be a different inside perspective for you guys to see on how I react to. I also want to mention as well later on in the video that we talk about the real dire consequences that happen as a result of someone faking something like Tourette's. A lot of people claim that fake claiming is disgusting and it should never be done, but
that's correct. And I think if you fake that on social media, something like that, you should go to jail. Straight up, don't even ask, go to jail. I know it's harsh, but just, you are abusing the trust and destroying the credibility of actual real people that have this, and then because of you will suffer just because you're a scammer.
When someone is so blatantly, obviously lying on the internet for attention and sympathy and for straight up scamming people, that's right, Ticks and Roses here actually sold merch, which I find inherently wrong and definitely a bit strange.
Of course. To
be using a mental illness or anything like that for profit gain. Seems a little bit odd. But
okay, the next bet, acolytes. I bet you she is somewhere in a video, I bet you, where she talks with someone and doesn't show any signs of her Tourette. Although her tics are so extreme that she probably does it in every video. I bet with you.
Before we get into any of that, today's comment shout out, honestly, it's really just the funnest part of this video. Today's comment shout out goes to MXOXO11. Thank you for the comment. Shout out in the next video. So, starting off at the very beginning, Ticks and...
By the way, ABLAZE, bro, the comment shout out, I don't know if this is a good idea, because people will comment on your thing just because they want a shout out. Or it's genius and I'm just stupid. That's all. That could be also the case.
Roses used to make
Damn sure
content
it
in
pisses
which
me
she
off.
used to head tick and also have vocal tics as well, while doing very ordinary things, such as her being in the kitchen, cooking stuff, also reacting to her own tics and talking
No.
about
No.
how she ticks
Come on.
and some of her more common
No,
tics that she does
oh
on a
my
day-to-day
God.
basis.
For example, I went to the grocery store and they said hello to the same child like 30 times in a row. Just like, hello, 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 hello.
Also videos in which she made TikToks as she would tick packaging stuff for her second business, but that second
Nope. Nope. A tick, literally, most of the cases. Nicer. I'm sure there is like 1 or 2 cases where it's something different, but it happens like that. Triple this time. Maximum.
business would really play out to just be her downfall as a bunch of videos resurfaced, as we'll talk about later on. On top of all of those things, she made TikToks reacting to the comments, who were already at the early stages calling out her certain behavior, because apparently already at this point, a lot of her tics didn't really seem natural. Now again, coming from someone that has head tics and face tics, I gotta say, certain tics in which Ticks and Roses did just didn't make any sense. A lot of them would really be stretched out. Like for example, putting a bag on your head and then saying something like, "Ship me to Canada."
Send me to Canada.
Just doesn't seem
This is a guy with tics. And even he said the thing I just said.
very legit. You can almost tell as well, because a lot of these people will start to tense up their face before they actually do the tick. As for me, it just happens involuntarily. And I have no control. I don't think about it. It just kind of happens. And you can almost see her really trying to think about this before actually doing certain ticks in the first place,
Yeah,
which is a
he's-
sign
yeah,
of
he's
somebody
right, I didn't-
faking.
yeah, I
Now,
didn't
talking
mention
about the business that she had with one of her friends, that she used to sell certain products, she used to do these big, long, either podcast videos or these big live streams over on Facebook. Now, a lot of people found this and noticed something from all of that. The fact that,
Not one tick. Betcha. Betcha I was right.
well, Ticks and Roses did not tick. All of a sudden, she just turned into Roses. Like, she just did not tick
Didn't I say it? Didn't like this is if you know your shit a bit, it's predictable.
at all. Now, I've talked about in the past, again, how I can go weeks without doing a head tick. Sure, absolutely. But it does seem very convenient that on a very short TikTok, she ticks within the span of 10 seconds. But then you put her in front of a camera where she does a live stream for over an hour, sometimes discussing her products and some of the stuff that she sells with her friend, and she doesn't tick at all. Something clearly already wasn't adding up with Ticks and Roses. This is when Ticks and Roses decided to actually address the rumors of her faking her Tourette's.
Hi, this is Emerald with Stardust Fiber Studio. I am one of the owners. I also do
Come on.
awareness videos for Tourette's on TikTok. There has been
If I wasn't so pissed off right now, I would laugh at the absurdity of it, but I'm so pissed off. It's just
some not so nice people going around saying some very negative things.
oh, she's talking about herself? The freaking scammer.
Notice how she is already playing the victim, and
Yeah,
on top
of
of that, not 10 seconds in, but she has already had a tick. Now remember, with her Stardust Fiber Studio company, she's never ticked before in any of those long videos that I had previously just mentioned. But yet, here we
fuck me,
go, straight
okay.
back on TikTok again with a rather short video, and she is ticking straight away
Oh,
for
come on.
attention.
And making some very negative allegations. This has unfortunately spread over into the business side of things and has spread over into our Instagram, our Facebook, and into the Facebooks and Instagrams of other people that we work with. I'm here to make a statement just saying that all of these allegations are false, and while there is nothing we can do about them, we are aware of them and doing our best to block people as they come up. And yeah, thank you.
Now, in my humble opinion, a rather terrible response, considering that she doesn't really offer any proof. Now, I know also a lot of people would probably come under the assumption of, why would she have to provide any proof in her videos? She doesn't have to. I feel like if you make a TikTok or a YouTube channel and you dedicate your whole personality to you having Tourette's, and like she stated earlier, like...
I'm gonna say it a bit differently than you. You don't have to provide proof in your video, but don't expect anyone to believe you or even see you as a positive force, and actually don't hate, not hate you, or don't expect people just not answering, like making videos about you, because you definitively scammed them.
To talk about awareness with Tourette's, I feel like it's pretty vital if that's your whole business motto, that you do provide proof. Now, she did provide proof later on, which turned out to be complete BS. We'll talk about that in a second, but apparently a lot of people weren't happy with this getting called out business, with some of the people blindly following her, making videos supporting Ticks and Roses. This is again something that we talk about on my channel, where it just doesn't line up with certain individuals telling me to leave other people alone, that I shouldn't.
No, like, don't. You have to point out scammers. Like, let's be real here. Come on. Like, I am happy if this reaches 2 or 4 people, and there are just 2 or 4 people aware of this scammer, because this is just disgusting. Also, the people that actually supported, they are also disgusting. Let me say this. If you support someone like this, and you don't even inform yourself about it, like in any way, yeah, sorry, you're dumb. You also deserve to be inside, like, have some social consequences about it. God.
Call them out for their behavior. This obviously certainly has not aged very well, considering now all the evidence has now come out with Ticks and Roses, but we'll see this guy later on in the video as well. But for right now, this is what he had to say.
It's come to my attention that one of my very dear friends,
Yeah.
Emerald at Ticks and Roses, is getting accused of faking Tourette's for clout, and he's even gotten threats of death and swatting because of it. And to all those who are doing these things, I would like to say that I am sorry that your life has gotten to the point where the only way that you can feel fulfilled is by harassing.
Okay, he's done. He deserves everything that comes to him. Because if you, I truly think, if you argue for someone because you like someone, that's a different thing than actually insulting people. So, okay.
Another person. And I hope that one day you're able to find something positive and productive to do that will help you heal. And I hope that sometime in your life, before the end, you're able to find someone who truly loves you.
Now, why can't completely turn a blind eye and just say, I don't understand people that make videos like this? I kind of do to a certain extent. I feel like anytime someone on the internet decides to lie about this, it's almost as if we don't really want to believe it, because why would someone lie about this? A lot of the videos that I create on my channel where people do lie about the most awful things, the type of things that you just absolutely shouldn't.
Mrs. Funny Lips. Oh, this family is nice.
Lie about. You really have to be quite a low person and quite the scumbag to lie about any of these things. So while I don't agree with what these people say about you should never fake claim someone on the internet, it's dangerous, I do at least see where they are somewhat coming from. What does kind of amaze me though is this person made videos after the fact of them being called out. I guess just either 1, they're trolling, or 2, they're completely in denial. Like, they couldn't possibly be wrong. And that is after such great evidence came out, such as this, where Ticks and Rose's sister came out and said this, introducing myself and the truth.
Hi everyone. I recently found out about everything going on. I wanted to clear up some misconceptions and share my part. I am Emerald's sister and we grew up together. Although we were raised non-denominational Christian, my mother, who is an amazing woman, and I have always been supportive of Emerald and miss them dearly. We have always accepted them. They cut communication with us. We have tried to reach out, but they no longer wish to have contact with us and we haven't talked in years. I'm just commenting in hopes of clearing.
Wait.
But they no longer wish to have contact with us and we haven't talked in years. I'm just commenting.
Nope. Bullshit. That's something she wrote herself. Or I assume. Why? Now why? If they didn't see each other for years, and she is, like, Ticks and Roses is in this they-them camp, how the fuck does she know how to call her? It's a relatively, not a new thing, but normal people don't know that. And if you have someone like that, and you're not in contact for years, yeah, sorry, no, Sounds like bullshit to me.
In hopes of clearing up misinformation. Also, my grandpa does have Huntington's. It's late onset, which means it doesn't show up until late in life.
Huntington's. I don't know what that is.
Grandpa is currently suffering from the side effects and is not doing well. It's very sad. My mother has it too, but is not yet showing symptoms, thankfully, and I have not been tested. Lastly, I don't believe Emerald has Tourette's syndrome, and they never showed any symptoms as a child. They are mentally ill, though. I love my sister. Always will, and I wish them the best, but I don't agree with what they have done. It's incredibly disrespectful to fake a mental illness for any reason. I am extending my sincerest apology to everyone their actions have hurt, although I know it is not my apology to give. I do wish for Emerald's safety. All I ask is respect and privacy for my parents and grandparents. And if you don't believe me, I'm happy to answer any questions you all may have, as long as they're not disrespectful.
Now, the one thing we don't think she at least didn't lie about was her having Huntington's. At least, it was at least in the family. Now, Tix and Roses made this video talking about the whole situation in which she's...
But Huntington's has nothing to do with actual Tourette.
States and tells people her experience with Huntington's.
But rather helps me live every day with intent, because you never truly know what the future holds. Making the time I have...
Where are your tics? Yeah, does Huntington disease come with slurred words?
Have meaning is what matters to me. I still fear for my loved ones, and the effect that my decline will someday have on them. But I am choosing not to let this disease have me before it's time. I am choosing to live. So yes, I have Huntington's disease. But Huntington's disease doesn't have me. Thank you.
Like the comment says, Ayo, Tix and Roses, this you? Where are your tics? Also, doesn't Huntington's disease come with slurred words? Question mark. Like I said, Huntington's can really last in the body until later on in life. So yes, she may be a carrier, and in some ways, I guess playing up to it a little bit. It's hard to deny, I guess, when someone has been lying about something, to say that it's too much of a leap that they would play into something like this. I don't think it is. With that all being said, her mum actually came onto Reddit and made a statement as well, talking about the whole situation with Tix and Roses, saying this on Reddit.
I am Emerald's mother. I'm sure many of you won't believe me or will demand proof, but the truth remains that they are my daughter. I have debated saying anything and getting caught in this chaos that I've been witnessing for the past couple of months, but appreciate that you are having this conversation about how to approach these situations in the future. I appreciate that you are willing to identify lessons learned, things that could possibly be handled a little differently next time. The thing that stood out to me about this post is how happy you pressured to get the family to come forward and clarify. You have no idea how difficult it was for Emerald's sister to speak up. Understand that when you see someone on the internet, you see a piece and a fragment of their life. You don't have all the pieces. Emerald cut us out of their life nearly 5 years ago, about the time they received their positive Huntington's results and when they met the group of people they're currently with. And no, it wasn't because we were staunch Baptists. I've never been to a Baptist church. For their sister to come forward and say anything was terribly hard because she knew it would drive a deeper wedge between us. A broken relationship that we desperately want back is now further from our grasp. Regardless of any of the facts, Emerald has a family and they're deeply loved. Emerald could do nothing in my eyes that would make me love them less. But my heart hurts for them. My heart hurts for the very obvious mental illness that I can't even help them through. So coming from the viewpoint of a family member of the accused, I just have some hopefully constructive feedback. 1. Keep in mind that pressuring family to come forward is perhaps good for your cause, but could be detrimental to the family. I was appalled to find my father's, Emerald's grandfather's, Facebook post shared. I read comments that you guys dug through my social media accounts, their sisters, my parents, and this made me want to delete all of mine. To be dragged into this where we don't even talk to Emerald anymore just opened old wounds. So understand, you may be counting it as a win for you guys, who are complete strangers, but could...
An old woman, because she's not 20 anymore, if she has 2 daughters in that age range, yeah. You guys, you know, like... a bit sus.
Could be causing pain to others by dragging the family into it. 2. Understand that a person who does fake an illness obviously has a mental illness. They're a human being.
Nope. Not necessarily. It could be just a scam artist.
And while that doesn't excuse their behavior, they're still sick, just with something different. 3. If you are truly trying to do good by calling someone out, do so in a more respectable manner. The vile name calling I've witnessed doesn't help your cause and actually kept me from saying anything. Granted, the other Reddit page was worse, but this page has too bordered on a hate page. I asked myself, why would I want to say anything to these hateful people who don't even know us? Had you just kept yourselves respectable as truly concerned citizens, maybe I would have said something, but felt I didn't owe anything to the people with pitchforks and torches on a witch hunt after someone who, regardless of it all, is still my child. 4. Understand that without proof, not everything is a lie. The Huntingtons is valid. I watched my grandmother deteriorate before my eyes. When my father started showing symptoms, I decided to get tested and it was a positive. If a parent is positive, their children have a 50-50 chance of inheriting it as well. Emerald got tested without showing symptoms because I'm positive. This is a hard choice to make, but some people decide to get tested so they can decide if they should have children or not, etc. Huntington's is sometimes considered a suicide disease, as it has a high suicide rate because there's no cure and the death is long and mortifying. I saw Reddit pages specific to calling Emerald out on the HD diagnosis, and again was horrified with the comments I read, knowing that this is a true diagnosis, one that will kill me and eventually kill Emerald. HD has destroyed our family, and to see the horrendous comments was very difficult for me. I understand the boy who cried wolf and why there was doubt, but you had no proof of the Huntingtons. None at all, so blatantly saying they were lying about that as well without proof does nothing to your cause. Understand this. We have had no contact with Emerald for almost 5 years. And this breaks my heart every single day. Emerald's sister and I have no idea of any new medical conditions that they have been diagnosed with the past 5 years. We can only speak to the Emerald we knew before that. If you suspect someone's faking a disorder in the future, I think it could be handled with much more tact and a lot less hate.
Now, after all of that, you would think that she would at least take a step back or completely disappear off the face of the earth after being called out. I'm just saying, it's not really a good sign when your own sister and your own mother call you out on your own BS. Not really a good sign at all. That being said, she made this video doubling down, talking about her Tourette's once again and the awareness that she thinks that she is doing at this point, when all she's really doing is making people that actually have Tourette's now go out in public and feel embarrassed, because we know when people look at us for it, there's got to be a few people thinking that we are now probably faking, thanks to people like this, and that kind of sucks.
Hey y'all, it is the first Teal Tuesday of Tourette Awareness Month, and I wanted to do something a little different than normal. So I know you've all probably seen the chaos happening on my channel, so I wanted to show a little bit of my last outpatient consultation. So I did do some redactions for, you know, personal safety reasons. Make sure you guys can see that. So yeah, that's kind of what's going on with me. I really went back and forth if I wanted to show any sort of...
No effing way, her real name is Emerald. This has to be fake.
documentation, because I didn't want to feel forced, but I also want to be totally transparent with you guys. So here it is. Here's me. And if you guys have questions, I am here to answer them.
She tried to show her diagnosis, though, on a piece of paper. Even though there were spelling mistakes, the place that she allegedly got her diagnosed from, she used the wrong logo. She used their old logo, not their new one. Again, a bunch of mistakes as she tries to double down. And despite all of that, my guy comes back again, trying to defend her once again.
Congratulations, you've successfully bullied someone off of a video app on the internet. You have made the world no better, and no one's lives have been enriched by what you've done. And to all you kids that are still bored enough with your lives to come bother me in the comments of my videos, I'm still supporting Emerald. Their pronouns are they, them. Misgendering comments will be immediately deleted. And get a hobby, for real.
I don't think I've seen someone in such denial in my whole entire life than this man right here, saying that we need to go and get a hobby. Maybe Ticks and Roses should have thought of a different hobby herself before creating this TikTok. If people do mess up on the internet, absolutely call them out. Now I want to talk about just 2 other videos that she posted, and then I want to talk about some of the people that then actually came forward after the whole situation, talking about their experience, which actually is completely after the fact of all of this happening, and talking about how now it's hard to live with something like Tourette's, when honestly it never really used to be, in terms of people calling them out for being maybe faking. But before I do, Ticks Ticks and Roses made this TikTok video and she talks about her pronouns and completely just not even acknowledging what has been happening. And you got to remember, this thing blew up massively. Now, I'm kind of amazed that I have never really talked about this on my channel. I felt a little bit overwhelmed. There was just so much going on at once. So much information on this fucking girl. And yet, despite all of that, she has the nerve to carry on uploading and just, yeah, not even acknowledge the fact that she's been faking. And obviously, guys, once again, has no ticks in this video.
Hello and happy Pride to all of our pagans and witches that are in the community. I wanted to talk a little bit about the terminology used, seeing as I myself am non-binary. While I was trained as a priestess in my tradition, I currently use the term priestess as my title. It is something that I am more comfortable with, but when I am behind the altar during ritual, I tend to do the priestess tasks and my counterpart, who is a priest, does the priest task. But I still choose to use the term priestess because that is what I am comfortable with, and it has really helped me feel comfortable in my own skin and still being able to do magic.
Now, someone saw the fact that she didn't tick once in that video, obviously, because let's be real for a second, she didn't, because she's been called out so badly that what is the point at this point of even trying to carry on with this persona? There literally is just no point whatsoever. And this comment basically saying, so happy you got through your ticks, which, look, this is actually supposed to be a nice comment supporting her, which, can I just say, you don't get over your like Tourette's or your ticks or whatever, right? I don't wake up one morning and think, oh my god, I'm cured, finally, let's go, about time. Honestly, I was wondering when those annoying things were gonna just stop happening. No, you more than likely have it for life. Like I said, you can absolutely go periods of time without actually doing it, but to just straight up be cured. Oh my god, this is so stupid. And again, it's just another reminder of spreading misinformation on certain things. Now, this is what Ticks and Roses had to say about the whole situation. She was rather sad. Not even doubled down at this point, I guess. Just straight up almost tripled down. So stupid.
I have not gotten through my ticks. I just don't record on days that I have my ticks because I was literally bullied off the internet. So I do not do awareness for Tourette's anymore, regardless of the fact that I do have a clinical diagnosis.
Well, I can't argue with that. A clinical diagnosis that she made up with a bunch of spelling mistakes and the wrong logo. Totally legit. Now moving on to the last part, in which real people and how this has affected them. These are just some of the TikToks that I've found where people spoke out about this with their own experience now with having to deal with people, you know, yes, straight up fake claiming them.
Hello, I'm Bug. I have Tourette syndrome, and I just want to say big shout out, mad props. Thank you so much to Ticks and Roses for making my life so much more difficult for reasons beyond my comprehension. Thank you.
Yes. It looks more like she does.
So much for all that you've done.
I think at some points it's kind of easy to forget that this does actually affect very real people, and the consequences of just one person faking on the internet can actually have dire consequences for so many more people. Like I said, this story blew up massively, with some videos on the internet honestly hitting close to like 12 million views. You know, that's almost like worldwide coverage at that point. That's a big deal, with other people stating this as well.
PSA about faking Tourette's. Hi, I'm Carly. And I have Tourette syndrome. I am not a fraud, but because of those lovely few people out there who have fake Tourette's, on every single one of my videos, I get a bunch of freaking hate. And all I'm trying to do is raise awareness and break the stigma that surrounds this awfully misunderstood disorder. But on almost, I got rice. But on almost every one of my videos, I get a comment saying, fake, this doesn't seem real. Or the worst ones are, I don't know who to believe now that I've seen Ticks and Roses. Thanks, Ticks and Roses. Because of people like Ticks and Roses, I am fake claimed in numerous videos. And all I'm trying to do is raise awareness, as I said, break the stigma, and make people with Tourette's have a better quality of life, because we're just judged and ridiculed all the heckin' time. Not everyone online is faking Tourette's. I got rice. And that's just something you are gonna have to come to terms with. Stop commenting on every single Tourette's creator's video saying we're faking.
Adding something like this at the end, I guess just gives it the actual real consequences of these actions happening from just one girl that decided it would be a good idea to fake this for some clout on the internet, because that's all it really does come down to, is these people wanting attention on the internet. I suppose in some ways she kind of got that, but just not really the attention she was probably looking for. Like I said, never made this video before, never even really talked about Ticks and Roses that much, but I do find this video as a whole is really important, especially with the two videos at the end.
God damn it, this is sad. This is so sad, Acolytes. This is just disgusting. But as it is, good night.